Hi, my name is Natalie, and I have been teaching tantric meditations and healing for the past 8 years. And although it's been 8 years, I kind of feel like I'm rediscovering it every day, all over again. I had this thought that because I opened this YouTube channel, which, by the way, thank you and hello to all the new subscribers and thanks for watching. Sometimes I have this tendency from my first chakra to sexualize what I talk about too much because I want the views and I want the subscribers. I want to get to you guys. I want to reach you, and I want to pass on the information that I have accumulated from my own personal experience with these things. But because I want to reach people, I have a tendency to over-sexualize my content and come across as someone who's like pornographically trying to turn everyone on and talk about sex online for some attention. And I realized that is a pattern that I have from my first chakra. I get like stressed. No one's going to want to watch me if I don't make it sexual enough. And then I over-sexualize it. I have done this with myself during my life. I've over-sexualized myself, where in fact I am nowhere near any of the porn stars or the OnlyFans stars or anything like that. I'm a very spiritual person, and my main focus in life is opening up my chakras, because they have been so blocked from my fucked up childhood that it has actually prevented me from being the person I want to be and living the life that I want to live as a human being and as a woman. And so for me, opening the chakra and doing all the emotional work and the energetic work and the mental work, that has changed my life. And I'm a much healthier, beautiful, good-looking, sexier version of myself thanks to all this work, which I think you could probably call it like opening the Kundalini or Kundalini awakening. And I know some people just have a Kundalini awakening, but it doesn't really happen that way. Like, there are things that lead up to it. And some people do the work to reach the Kundalini awakening. So what is it and how do we do it? How do we reach it? I think this is a topic that, if someone told me about it when I was in the beginning of my journey, it would have saved me a lot of time and energy and directed me on a better path. Although, again, everything is as it should be, and I needed to go on that path. But here I am talking to you about this subject because it's very mystified online, and it's like, oh, these hippies and these like spiritual new agey people, and they're talking about Kundalini, and it's all bullshit and la 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 la. So I'm a very practical person. I come from a very practical family, and on the other hand, I'm very mystical and I am very spiritual, but it has to be for me in a practical and like this makes sense way. If it's like too woo-woo or weird or something like that, like I won't connect to it. So I'm very masculine in that way. Like, I need the idea to be very clear and I need it to be understandable for me and for everyone. I need it to make sense. So when we talk about Kundalini and chakras, we are basically talking about energetic areas, hotspots in our body, that if you took a cadaver, like a corpse, and you open them up, like if you took a body, like a human being, and you open them up, where the chakras are, like where we say they are actual hormones, like hubs. And they secrete hormones. Like in each of the 7 chakras, there is an organ that will secrete different hormones. So this is a physical thing, chakras. It's not just like, woo-woo energetic stuff. It's a real thing. The first chakra is in our anus, the butthole for everyone. The second chakra is in our sexual genitals and lower abdomen and where the womb is. The third chakra is the solar plexus. It's in the stomach and all the indigestion system and all the stuff in here. Fourth is the heart and lungs. Fifth is the throat, the lymphatic nodes. Then we have the third eye, which we have the, what do you call it? I can't remember the name at the moment. I'm just blocked, but the pineal gland is in the middle of the brain. That's the third eye chakra. And then the crown, which is out of the 7, the most like energetic chakra. And it's kind of like our connection to everything. But anyway, what happens is life energy, which when activated in the sexual organs is sexual energy. Life energy starts at the first chakra. And you know, when we're in the womb and at one point we're just a little butthole, I can't remember what you call it, but that's true. So the anus, the first chakra, is like the energy pump for our life force, our prana, our chi. It all starts there. So the energy goes up from the first chakra, from the butthole, and it goes up to the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and then it does something at the top, like energetically, and then it goes down. So these are the 7 chakras, and the normal way for the life energy, our life energy, to go through these chakras is up and down, up and down. When they talk about the Kundalini energy, it is 2 forms of energy, masculine and feminine, starting at the first, and they go up in a spiral way. They meet at the top and then they go back down. That's separate. So you have the masculine, which is the Pingala, and then you have the feminine, the Ida, and then the Sushumna. This is from yoga, is the middle one, and it's so all the energies align. But if we're just normal people, why is it important for us to know about chakras and opening the Kundalini and life force energy? Because if we have blockages in the first and second chakra, which most of us have the most of the blockages, it is going to prevent the life energy from being activated in the correct and healthy way. And the life energy is not activated, or is not able to be activated in a healthy way because of all the blockages there, then when it reaches the second chakra, which is the sexual genitals, you know, it's not going to really work in the best way possible. Because when you get horny and then you get an erection, that is your life force, your life energy, your prana, your chi, transmuted into sexual energy in the in the genitals. But if I have a lot of blockages in the second chakra, then not a lot of life energy is going to be able to pass, and then, you know, through that area, and I'm not going to experience the sexual pleasure or experiences that I want to. It's not because something's wrong with me. It's not because something's wrong with my penis. It's basically because your chakras are closed off with all the emotional blockages, and the life energy, the life force, is not able to pass through. And so if there is a good reason to start doing meditations and energy work and trying to open up the Kundalini and the chakra work, if you need any reason to start doing it and you're not like woo-woo or religious or spiritual in any way, then let's work on the sex side of it. And maybe if you start opening your first and second chakra with the only reason for like having better sex, but if you start doing that, it might open up some other things inside of you. So it could be a portal to total healing for the whole system, or it could just be something that helps you perform better in sex, have more pleasurable sex, more pleasurable orgasms, maybe not so much ejaculating, but like having inner orgasms. You know, there's a whole world of energy work that we can do with the first and second chakra. Again, the main reason is because that's what's blocking our entire body from getting the life energy it needs to perform the way it can in life. But the little reason could be, oh, I just want to perform better in sex, or I want to feel better after sex, or anything to do with sex. And that is the reason I over-sexualize my content sometimes, because these are things that can actually help you experience better sex in life. It's not the reason, it's not the end goal, but it is a stepping stone. And some people stay on that stepping stone and build a house on that stepping stone, but that's fine. I don't judge. Anyone who watches my videos will take it to wherever they need and want to take it in life. But I think I over-sexualize my videos because, you know, I'm trying to get to people. I'm trying to pass on this information. I love people. I love men. I love women. I love my generation. I think we're the best generation ever, like indigo children, 80s. I don't know if any of you here are from my generation, but let me know in the comments if you are. I believe we're the ones who are going to change the world. It might sound bizarre to you, but in like 10, 20 years, we're going to be the ones who run the world. And if my generation, if the 80s kids, if we are doing the healing work and we are feeling better with ourselves and we are having better relationships and creating good and healthy and deep connections with other people, and we actually care about other people because we care about ourselves, because we're connected to ourselves, I think these are, you know, it's part of what's going to change the world in the future. And, You know, the world is so fucked up at the moment. I'm not even going to get into it, but if I, in some little way, can help this generation, you know, get a bit closer to itself, open up, reconnect, and be happier and experience good, pleasurable sexuality and intimacy with themselves, with other people, you know, these are the things that will eventually change the world. I'm not alone in this. There are so many amazing creators on YouTube and online and in the real world doing workshops and retreats, and like, we're on it. And I want to be a part of that, and I am a part of that, and it's important for me to be a part of that. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, like how important the chakra work is and the Kundalini work is for our life in general, how important it is for our sexuality and for our connection with ourselves and the love that we have for ourselves. And in general, like how important it is for our whole generation and for the whole world to reconnect to ourselves and to our life energy, because that is how we become independent, self-thinking, critical thinking, emotionally connected, loving human beings and individuals. And I think that's kind of like the main goal, if you ask me. Anyway, that's me. That's what I talk about on this channel. You're more than welcome to, please, if you loved the video, subscribe and like it and comment. And I'm going to upload a lot of these because I feel like now is the time to put the pressure on. So here I am putting the pressure on. Let's open up our Kundalini and reconnect to ourselves from a more loving and healthy way so that we can change the world eventually. And we're going to do that for our children and their children and their children. So I think there is nothing more important than that in life. And so I really appreciate you being with me, and thank you for listening. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. If you want specific topics that I talk about, please let me know in the comments. I try to answer. I read all of them. And I love that you guys are here with me. And I'm sorry to disappoint those who are just looking for a fun, sexy, let's talk about sex channel. You know, I'm very honest and very authentic in who I am and what I'm doing. And I just thought I would put it out there, and then you can choose for yourself if you want to continue watching or not. But anyway, I will be here. So again, thank you very much, and I'll see you in my next video.